Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I would like to explain how you evaluate or calculate the square root of a number which is not a perfect square. And if you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe, share these videos, provide comments and so on. We truly value your feedback. Right, so the first question we have, I've written question 1 here. Hopefully we can have sufficient time to go through the second one. But the first one is square root of 17. We're required to evaluate square root of 17 without using a calculator. So this is how we go about this. This is how we go about it. Square root of 17. I just wanna go through this question and see if we can manage to do it within 15 minutes. If we are unable, I will have to come again with another video to repeat the procedure. So our question 1 is square root of 17 without using a calculator. So I'm going to draw my long vertical line here up to somewhere here, and then I'm going to stretch over that way, and I'm interested in square root of 17. Now we pair numbers from the right. In this case, we have a 2-digit number, so it's a pair on its own. Right. So here's the trick. I'm going to look for a number such that when I multiply by itself, it should give me 17 or a number very close to 17. Obviously, I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to look for a number such that when I multiply by itself, it should give me 17 or a number very close to 17, but not more than 17. So that number is 4, obviously. I'm writing far away because numbers will move towards the vertical line as we proceed. So that's my 4, and I'm going to take 4 multiplied by 4. The answer is 16. Just like long division, we subtract here. Obviously, you'll agree with me, the answer is 1. But here's a trick. You must take that 4 and add 2. Must take that 4 and add to this 4, making 8. At this stage, the first step is completed. Now you can agree with me that we're going into a decimal part now, and therefore it requires us to add 2 zeros, because remember we're pairing numbers up. And so now I have to look for a number such that when I put in front of 8, forming 80 something, and I take that number multiplied by the 80 something that I produce, it should give me 100 or something very close to 100. A number very close to 100 and not more than 100. So obviously that number, if you can check here, that number will be 1. Why? Because 1 times 81, the answer is 81. You can't put 2 there, it will be 164. It will be more than 100. Let's subtract. You agree with me, the answer is 19. And don't forget to bring 1 here and add it to 81. So we're adding and multiplying like that. That will be 82. Now I have to add 2 zeros here now. 2 zeros. I have to look for a number such that when I put in front of 2 here, or 82, I'm going to form 820 something. When I take that number multiplied by the 820 something that I produce, I should get 1900 or something very close to 1900. Looking at 8 and 19 there, I think 2 is a suitable number. If you put 3 there, it will be 24. You are more than 19. So 2 times 82. So remember, we have to put a 2 there. So 2 times 8, 22. The answer is 1644. Now subtract. You get 1 item from here. Take 1 which has 10 items. The procedure, drop 9 and put 10 there. And so 4 from 10, the answer is 6. 4 from 9, the answer is 5. Now you took 1 from there, from 9. You are left with 8 now. 6 from 8, then that's 2. This is primary school subtraction. Mathematics is continuous. You can never ignore what you covered in the lower grades. Right, so I'm now going to bring the 2 here, and I must add. So this is going to be 824. Now, so the 2 is sorted, 824. Now I've reached a stage. Remember, subtraction has been done. I must add 2 zeros now. I'm going to look for a number such that when I put in front here, it will give me this or something very close to that. Looking at the 8 and the 25 there, I think 8 times 3 is 24. I'm not far from 25, so 3 will work. Let's put 3 here. Don't forget to take 3, add to this number here. So this is 8246, but you have to multiply 3 times this number here. So 3 times 3, the answer is 9. 3 times 4, the answer is 12. 2 carry 1. 3 times 2, the answer is 6 plus 1, 7. 3 times 8, that's 24. Let's subtract. Take one remember from here, 10 items, drop 9 there, put 10 there. So 9 from 10, the answer is 1. 2 from 9, the answer is 7. Now we are left with 5. 7 cannot subtract from 5 in that way. We have to take one item from here, take 1 from here, which has 10 items, drop on or add to 5, that's 15. 7 minus 15 minus 7, that's 8. Now you're left with 4 there, so it's 24 minus 24, that's 0. So we're done. Subtracting this number from that number, it should give you this. Now we'll start the procedure again. I have to add 2 zeros there. Now I must get a number, put in front here, multiply that number by the number I produce. It should give me this or something very close to that, but not more than it. Obviously, you can see again it's 1 because it's going to be 82,000. This is 87,000. So that's the best closest I can get. If I put a 2 here, I'll be way over that. Convince yourself that that's correct. So I'm going to have to put a 1 here. And yeah, take the 1, multiply here. It's going to be, first let me add. So that's 8, 2, 4, 62. And then when I take 1, multiply by this number here, it's going to be 82, 4, 61. Right? Let's subtract. Get one item from here, that drop 9 there and leave 10 here. 1 from 10, the answer is 9. 6 from 9, the answer is 3. I have nothing left there now. Take one item from here, take 1 from here, bring it there to be 10. 4 from 10, the answer is 6. I have 6 there left now, and 2 from 6, the answer is 4. Right, and this 8 minus 8 is 0. So this is what I have. So I added already. This is what I had, and this is what I have now. I must add 2 more zeros here now. I want to work out the square root of that to only 5 decimal places. Right, now this is what I have now. I'm going to have to look for a number such that when I put in front here, it's going to be 824,620 something. And then when I multiply that number by what I get, I'm going to repeat that. I'm saying I'm going to look for a number such that when I put in front here, I'm forming 824,620 something. When I take that number, multiply by what I produce here, it should give me this or something very close to that. You can agree with me that this is a 6-digit number. When I put a number here to be a 6-digit number as well, putting 1 here, there's no way it can work because it's going to be 824 and here it's 463. In that case, it has to be 0. So we have to put 0 here, 0 there. And so the algorithm requires that I must add 0 here. Adding 0, it's 824620, obviously. Multiply by 0, it's 0. Subtracting from this one, it remains this one. But now I must add 2 zeros to this one. So I'm going to add 2 zeros now. And I must look for a number to put in front here. And take that number, multiply by what I produce. It should give me this or something very close to that. If you agree with me, that number, looking at 46 and 8 here, if I multiply 8 by 5, it will be 40. Very close to 46. I think 5 will work. If I take 6, it will be 48, more than 46. So 5 works. I think it should work. Let's try. Put 5 there. The procedure requires that you must add. So that will be 10, and that's 2, that's 6, that's 4, that's 2, that's 8. Right. But let's multiply. 5 times this number here. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 carry 2. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 2, that's 2. 5 times 2, that's 10. 0 carry 1. 5 times 6, that's 30 plus 1, 31. 1 carry 3. 5 times 4, that's 20 plus 3, 23. Carry 2. 5 times 2, that's 10 plus 2, 12. Carry 1. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 1, 41. See, 41 works because it's close enough to 46 and 46. This is actually 46,390,000. So this is 41,231,025. So that's fine. Now you can proceed, continue in the same fashion, subtract and carry on. But remember, I said I'm going to work out this value, the square root of that, to 5 decimal places. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places. I'm going to round off this to 10, and then this changes to 1 with a 0 there, and therefore the 0 can be ignored. I'm going to say therefore square root of 17, the answer is just going to be equal to 5 decimal places. It's going to be 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. That will be square root of 17 to 5 decimal places. Let's verify this if this is correct on using a calculator. Square root of 17, what do we get? It's 4,123, 4,123, 105, 105. The next digit was going to be 6 to 6. If I continued, I would have found 6 to 6. And you can actually continue and display many more decimal places or many more digits after the comma than the calculator can display. But basically, this is the algorithm, the procedure that we use to work out the square root of a number which is not a perfect square. I'm going to make it short. I'm going to stop here because this is already after. It's 11 minutes. So that means if I start now, it will be actually going into 20. Let's try to take the second one. I wanted to stop, but let's try the second one. The second one is going to be a 2-digit number, and I'll move a bit quicker now. A 2-digit number, there it is. We're supposed to work out the square root of that number without using a calculator, and obviously it's not a perfect square because 121 is a perfect square, and we know square root of 121 is 11. So how do we approach this? Well, here's the approach. Question number 2, I'm going to try to be fast, like I said. Square root of 121, 123. Procedure, I'm going to draw my line, vertical line here, across, down, and then I'm going to draw a line there going towards the right hand side, and I have 123. Remember what I told you? We pair from right, like that. So now I have 1 is alone, but these two numbers are paired, 2 and 3. So I'm going to focus on 1. I'm going to look for a number such that when I multiply by itself, it should give me 1 or something very close to 1, but not more than 1. Obviously, you can agree with me that number is 1, so I must have 1 here. 1 times 1, the answer is 1. When I subtract, this is going to give me 0. So 0, but I must drop these 2 now. 0 when you subtract. Drop the 2. Remember, that's just 23. Don't forget to come here and add 1 to itself. So that's 2. Now, I'm going to look for a number such that when I put in front there, for me 20 something, it should give me 23 when I multiply that number by what I get. Let me take that again. I'm going to look for a number such that when I put in front here, forming 20 something, and I take that number multiplied by the 20 something that I get, it should give me 23 or something very close to that. You'll agree with me, the answer is 1. Why? Because 1 times 21, the answer is 21, which is close to 23 but not more than 23. Subtract, we get 2. Don't forget to bring 1 here and add to that. So that's 22 when you add up. And then we're going now into a comma because we're done with the numbers that we had. So we now start adding zeros. I'm going to add 2 zeros. I'm going to look for a number such that when I put in front here and multiply that number by number produced, it should give me this or something very close. 1 cannot work. If I put 1 here, it's going to be 221, which is bigger than 200. The only number I have is a 0. I must put a 0 there. The algorithm requires that I must add. It looks not very useful, but you don't jump, because if you jump, you're going to miss one step and then you're out. Right, so now I have added a 0 there. Now I'm going to add 2 zeros here now, 2 zeros. I'm now going to look for a number such that when I put in front here, it should give me this or something very close to this. And you'll agree with me, looking at that 20,000, 9 will work, because if I multiply this by 9, it will be 18. And obviously 18 is close enough to 20. So I'm going to have to put 9 there and put 9 there. So I must bring 9 here. Remember, add them up. That's 22, 18 if you add those numbers up. But I must now take 9 multiplied by this number here. So now I'm going to say 9 times 9, that's 81. 1 carry 8. 9 times 0, 9 times 0, that's 0 plus 8, that's 8. 9 times 2, that's 18. 8 carry 1. 9 times 2, that's 18 plus 1, 19. Let's subtract. So take 1, drop 9, drop 9, drop 9, put 10 there. 1 from 10, the answer is 9. 8 from 9, the answer is 1. 8 from 9, the answer is 1. 9 from 9, the answer is 0. And here, remember, you removed 1, so now you have 1 left. 1 minus 1 is 0. So be 0, 0 there. Not necessary for me to add. Right. I have reached a stage where I must add 2 more zeros here now. So here are the 2 zeros. 11,900. Now I must look for a number such that when I put in front here and multiply by what I get, it should give me that number very close to that. How many digits do we have here? 5. If I put a 1 here, it's going to be 22,000, which is bigger than 11,000. So 1 doesn't work. It means the number is going to be 0. I put 0 here and I put 0 here. Algorithm requires that I must add 22,180. And now I must add 2 more zeros. Now I must look for a number. If I put it here and I multiply that number by the number I produce, it should give me this 1,190,000 or something very close to that number. Well, if you agree with me, looking at the 11 there and the 2 there, 5 will work because 5 times 2 is 10, close enough to 11. I think 5 will work. Let's try. And then remember, the procedure requires that we must add before we multiply or after multiplying, it doesn't matter. 22,180, that's 10. Now 5 times the top number. Look at what I do. 5 times 5, that's 25. 5 carry 2. 5 times 0, 0 plus 2, that's 2. 5 times 8, it's 40. 0 carry 4. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4, that's 9. 5 times 2, 10. 0 carry 1. 5 times 2, 10 plus 1, 11. There you have it. That number is close enough to that number, but not more than it. Right. Let me check this one again. 5 times 5, 25. 5 carry 2 times 0, that's 0 plus 2, that's 2. 5 times 8 is 40. 0 carry 4. 5 times 1, that's 5 plus 4, 9. 5 times 2, that's 10. 0 carry 1. 5 times 2, 10 plus 1, 11. Correct. Let's subtract. We're looking for 5 decimal places. So we're subtracting now. So take 1, drop 9, drop 9, drop 9, put 10 there. 5 from 10, that's 5. 2 from 9, that's 7. 0 from 9, that's 9. 9 from 9, that's 0. I have 8 now left. So 0 from 8, that's 8. And here I have 11 minus 11, that's 0. So I don't have to do anything down there. But now I have reached it. After subtracting, I must add 2 zeros. Now this is 8,097,500. I must look for a number. If I put in front here, it should give me that or something very close. If I take 4 multiplied by this, it's going to be 88, to be more than that. So 3 would be the best option. 3 would be the best option, and I'm putting 3 there, and I'm adding. So that's going to be 6, 0, 1, 8, 1, 2, 2. But now I have to multiply. So 3 times 3, that's 9. 3 times 0, that's 0. 3 times 1, that's 3. 3 times 8, that's 24. 4 carry 2. 3 times 1, that's 3 plus 2, that's 5. 3 times 2, that's 6, and then 6. Let's subtract. So how many decimal places do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. Right. Subtraction, we are basically saying take one item from there, bring it here, 10, drop 9, and then put 10. 9 from 10, that's 1. 0 from 9, that's 9. I have 4 now left. 3 from 4, that's 1. And then I'm going to say 7 minus 4, that's 3. And then I'm going to say 9 minus 5, that's 4. Then I'm going to say here, get 1 from here, put it here. 10, 6 from 10, that's 4. And then I'm left with 7, that's 1. If I subtract 6 from 7, that's 1. Now I have to add 2 zeros because I've reached that stage. I must add 2 zeros there. Now I must look for a number. If I put in front here, it should give me that answer or something very close to that number there when I multiply by the result that I obtain. So that number, looking at 14, 7 will not work because of the 22 there. It might actually be bigger than this. Let me try 6. 7 will not work. That means I must put 6 here and I must put 6 there and add. So this is 22, 181, and yeah, so that will be 0. This is going to be 12, 2 carry 1, that's 7. Right. Now I have to multiply 6 by this number here. A big number, but let's try. 6 times 6, 36, 6 carry 3. 6 times 6, 36 plus 3, 39, 9 carry 3. 6 times 0, it's 0 plus 3, that's 3. 6 times 1, that's 6. 6 times 8, 48, 8 carry 4. 6 times 1, that's 6 plus 4, 10, 0 carry 1. 6 times 2, that's 12 plus 1, 13, 3 carry 1. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1, 13. Let's just check this again. 6 times 6, 36, 6 carry 3. 6 times 6, 36 plus 3, 39, 9 carry 3. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 3, 3. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 8, 48, 8 carry 4. 6 times 1, that's 6 plus 4, 10, 0 carry 1. 6 times 2, that's 12 plus 1, 13, 3 carry 1. 6 times 2, that's 12 plus 1, 13. Correct. If you subtract here, whatever you get, obviously it's a number. It works because this number is actually a little short of that number there. But I'm interested in 4 decimal places. I mean, actually 5 decimal places. So looking at this one here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal places. Rounding off, this will be 4. So my answer therefore is square root of 123, therefore, is going to be equal to 11, 0.09054 to 5 decimal places. We have a calculator close by. We just need to use to check it. Let's check this out if this is correct. Square root of 123. What does the calculator say? There it is. 11,090,536. I stopped at 6. If I continued, I would have found 5, 1, and so on. But to 5 decimal places, it's going to be 0.9054. 5 decimal places. There it is. So this is the procedure on how you determine the square root of a number which is not a perfect square. Right. For the love of maths, I like to work with figures. Right. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, share these videos. I have one more that I'll bring up in the next video, probably involving 4 digits. It's a little bit more challenging than what we've looked at so far. All right. If you're new to this channel, like I said, please subscribe, provide feedback. We truly value your feedback. Right. See you in the next one.